spoil me. Bring them out. Oh, God dang. What in the world? Oh my God. What the hell did I got hooked here?
The day's been busy. The world feels heavy. But my kayak's riding snug in the old Chevy. Water's muddy, but the tides are just right. Lines in the water, drag set tight. Searching for tails in the fading light. Hoping for a tight line and a fish to fight.
Well, I'm gonna save you the last half hour. I've tried throwing a black and chartreuse paddle tail. Now with this white gulp shrimp. Everything I usually use in dirty water that works, and I've not had a bite. Not a single hit. Another problem is, I mean, we got wind moving the water, but we're at the slack tide, the very top of high tide, and there's no water movement as far as tide goes. That always makes it tough, but I think what I'm gonna do is something I don't do often. I got a cast net in that front hatch, and there's mullet everywhere. I'm gonna try to catch some mullet and cut it up and throw some cut mullet. I feel like that's the only, I know fish are here. All right, 90% of the time you'll hear me preaching, you got a lot better chance of catching quality fish on artificial baits. You can just move around and cover more water and avoid all the trash fish. But in these conditions, I just feel like that's our only chance. Water's just so muddy for artificial. I don't really have the tackle to be fishing with the any kind of real bait. I don't think it's rocket science, so we'll just stick a piece of this cut bait on a jig head. See what we got here. Oh, got some weight to it. Fighting like a redfish. Pulling some drag. Oh yeah. Maybe break up the net. That's what I thought. Fish were here, it's just not good conditions for artificial. Oh, tie her down, big girl. That's a nice one. Lord, just a light tackle. You don't want to give up. You're stuck good. You ain't coming off. Just give it up. Oh. Alright, about 26. Maybe a little over. Get real clear, man. That's a pretty one. Alright. Oh, you ready to go already? Oh, fish on this one, didn't even know it. That's slack line. Oh God, no. Another good one, guys. God dang. Calm down, don't spoil me. The drag's pretty tight too. She's stripping. And pound for pound, there just ain't much that fights harder than a redfish. Inshore anyway. that's 31. Man, I'm really glad I made the decision to move over to cut bait. She's probably gonna be harder to revive than that last one. She fought to the very end. We're both exhausted. God dang, you knocked yourself out. We need one more to make it a limit. This is good to see because beginning of February we had a hard freeze. I think it's the beginning of February, but it was down to 20s for several nights, which is really cold for South Texas. And right along that same time we had record low tides for weeks, and it just wiped out this marsh. It's one of my favorite places. It had been dead for a while, but looks like it's starting to repopulate with some good redfish. I mean, it's connected to the intercoastal, so I knew fish would get back in here again. But I came out here right after the freeze, and there was a lot of dead redfish. I think the tide got too low, and they didn't have nowhere to go. They got trapped because the entrance in the intercoastal was totally dry. So they were trapped in here in that freeze with no water. Yeah, I know. I was hoping, this being my first fishing video, that I'd catch them on artificial, because I could actually give some tips and tricks for that. But I just felt like this cut bait was the only real chance I had today. I need to change this GoPro battery. It's gonna die in the middle of a fish. Well, exactly what I thought would happen is I'm switching GoPro batteries. This one's only 22, a lot smaller, but that'd be a good eating size if I was keeping them. But yeah, I think I'll throw my net. Got about 20 minutes of daylight left. I can just catch one or two good sized mullet to cut up. It should get me through. I know I'm not no pro. I'm balancing standing in a kayak and I'm clumsy, so I got one. We'll give it a few minutes right here, see what this spot will do. Run all these bends through these little cuts. You know, just over time, these currents that come through these little choke points will turn a real shallow marsh into a little deeper water. And usually when conditions aren't ideal, like good water movement, when there's good water movement, good tide, which we don't have right now, they'll get in the shallow water around these bends and sit on ambush points getting the bait. It's traveling with the current. But you got conditions that ain't ideal, sometimes they'll just go down these deeper holes and they're not near as active, but they just can't resist it. Cut mullet. Jeez. Oh, I got another one on this one. Lord, guys, I gotta start paying attention. I'm not a very good cut bait fisherman. Oh, he's getting on top of that reef. Had a fish on both poles and didn't even realize it. Get off that reef. It's hard to manhandle him with this light. Tackle. Stay up. That was on the live mullet. I ain't gonna let you run all around because there's a oyster reef right there. Get over here. It's not a keeper. Get 24 probably. That's a nice one. Could have had a double up when texting on my phone and lost one. Yeah, we're starting to run out of daylight. I'm gonna start heading back to the ramp. I may make a few casts up here at the entrance where this marsh empties into the intercoastal. Yeah, it was a good move going over the cut bait. I know a lot of people act like that's cheating or something, not using artificial, but call it what you want. But I didn't get skunked, and I have a feeling I would have if I'd have stayed on the artificial today. It just wasn't, get this slack tide and muddy water. This area gets tough. I mean, who knows, I could have found a few if I'd have stuck to the lure, but hang on this channel a while, you'll see plenty of fishing with lures and some swimming with it. I don't know if you guys can even see anymore, it's almost dark, but it's just swimming away. Now let's stop, see if we can just hook him anyway. Whatever it is, it's decent. I can't make no headway with this guy, he's big.
A few moments later.
I still see the start. That's a big one. Alright, there's a light, so maybe y'all can see him better. Okay. I think he'll be alright. I had to cut the line and let him keep it, but he's not bleeding or nothing, so he's still kicking good and strong. Bad thing about catching these big ones on this little light tackle, you can wear them out. Oh, god dang! What in the world? Oh my god! Oh my god! What the hell did I got hooked here? This is a giant, whatever it is. God dang. I'll tell you what, this thing's gonna spoil me. We're gonna have to, I know you guys probably can't see, but we got an absolute monster out of the mud here. Just let him pull me off. I don't know how he didn't break my pole. He was straight under my kayak, just screaming. This thing was bent up like a pretzel. And we were cruising down the canal.
One eternity later.
Let me tell you, this was one angry redfish. I know this ain't exact. About 32, maybe a little over. You guys see that? That's a big redfish.
Searching for tails in the fading light, hoping for a tight line and a fish to fight.